We're now all set for our session on accelerating Dell's digital transformation, and it's an absolute pleasure as I welcome Ms. Sheenam Ohrie, Vice President, Dell Digital Services Online, Dell Technologies. Looking forward to hearing from you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Isha. Absolute honor and pleasure to be here. As I start to talk today about our transformation journey at Dell Digital, which is really the IT arm of Dell Technologies, I'm going to share with you certain stories that we have had of changes that we did, how we were prepared for accelerating our digital transformation during the course of this pandemic, our new normal. 2020 has presented with us a huge learning curve, but it has also given us a very, very new perspective. What we have seen since late March last year to today across our own teams, our customers, and our communities is incredible resilience, our ability to adapt, our ability to overcome and improvise, especially considering the unplanned and massive shift that has forever changed how we work, how we learn, and how we connect. What we learned is that 60% of our workforce will like to continue either remote working from home or will like to actually do a hybrid model. We also had during the course of this year 79% increase in our consumer business. For every $5 that was spent on the web at Dell.com, every $5 of revenue, $1 actually came from the web. This was our Q2 fiscal from April to June. Big changes happening, and we see that 8 out of 10 businesses have fast-tracked their digital transformation programs this year. CIOs have actually moved money from run the business and other areas into digital transformation. 96% of the CIOs say their ability to collect, analyze, and act on data has made it easier for us to adapt and survive. 2030, right? Everybody talked about 2030. At the beginning of 2020, we announced that this is going to be a decade of data. 2030 quickly last year became 2025. And actually, what became more relevant, okay, during the course of the year was how can you create accelerated stories in the next 3 years. So from today, in the next 2 years, we believe at Dell Technologies, we will see a widespread connectivity with 5G. We will see data-driven insights. We will see autonomous machines that would come in. We would see a huge play of automation, of RPA, of AI-based bots, and embedded intelligence, so to say. We would see smart factories, we would see smart hospitals, smart cities are already prevalent. We would also see a lot of education becoming smart. These outcomes are all going to happen in an accelerated manner in our perspective, and are going to be at the center of gravity for digital transformation for our industry and almost all industries and all sectors. So what do we see and what do we hear from the marketplace itself? According to a report that I read in IDC recently, there is a 800% increase. There is a prediction that there will be an 800% increase in the apps at the edge, which essentially means apps in smart wearables, apps in security and monitoring, apps in automation, manufacturing, utilities, transport. We're going to see an overall increase in the kind of digital transformation across all the sectors. When you see an explosion of this nature, and when you will have an explosion of this nature, you're going to have a massive explosion of the data that is coming in from all of these apps. And therefore, it's going to be extremely necessary for us to mine that data and actually drive extremely high insights out of that data. From talking to all our CIO friends, from talking to our customers and their CIOs and COs, we believe that the data that is going to be coming out is going to start to predict, okay, consumer behavior, and it's going to be used as insights to drive highly personalized, messages and business processes for customers. So what we are seeing from our customers and what we are seeing from our own journeys, that I'll talk about a little later, is that we're going to have customers divided as personas, and really improving customer experience per persona is something that data is going to get to us. By 2025, CIOs alongside with the business, we predict, will implement intelligent capabilities to sense, learn, and predict changing customer behaviors, thereby enabling very, very personalized customer experiences for engagement and loyalty. This year has shown us that we don't know what's in store for us, right? Nobody knew in the month of March that we would experience such a massive lockdown, that almost 90% of the global workforce would be working from home suddenly. And therefore, it has taught us a very, very important lesson. And the lesson is the fact that you have to be prepared for the unprepared. You don't know what the future will hold for you. But if you are in a journey of transformation, you're already gearing up for change and for the future, you are really very well prepared. How does one get future ready, right? Again, our customers and their CIOs, we ourselves are already thinking about these 6 areas. These 6 areas are really the pillars for us at Dell Technologies. These come up frequently in our conversations with our customers. And while organizations are tackling each of these areas in bits and pieces, we believe a very, very integrated approach to all of these 6 areas together is going to be the fulcrum of the transformation for organizations to succeed and be prepared for the uncertainties in the future. And therefore, if we kind of move ahead from there, organizations today need to have a single hybrid cloud solution to seamlessly and consistently manage their public, private, and edge cloud environments. Speed, scale, security, and savings, all of them delivered as one experience. And these cloud-like experiences have put as a service and flexible consumption models in high demand, making it easier to deploy and manage technology so organizations can focus on running their business. I'm sure most of you have heard of the fact that we launched Project Apex or Program Apex recently, and Apex is all about as a service, right? At Dell Digital, and you will see that in a slide that comes in, okay, our vision is to have everything online by 2023. We're really making strides to get to a stage where we can serve our customers in an as a service mode, from anything like a laptop to high-end storage and compute. And that's really the vision for our organization from a transformation perspective. And Dell Digital really goes on to enable Dell Technologies for that. Adopting emerging technologies, okay, and we saw those 6 pillars, is going to enable organizations to create new value, to create newer impacts and better customer personalizations. And therefore, it will set us up to take advantage of the new opportunities by improved insights. Emerging technologies, like I said earlier, are going to generate a lot of data. Okay, they're going to put that data to work. They're going to generate insights out of it anywhere, and they're going to therefore create new value. Personalization, I don't think I can ever get tired of talking about, why personalization is really, really key to customer experience. Emerging technologies are going to help us with offering personalizations to our customers. whether it is IoT, whether it is edge, whether it is the 5G capabilities, all of these are going to enable real-time individualized experiences that customers like you and me also expect, right? And the last bit that I would call out is the intelligent automation, right? We went through an era of optimization, we went through an era of automation, we have RPAs, but I think we're now focusing and moving into an era of really putting automation to use intelligently, right? Really building, so to say, a intelligence and a brain into the bots itself, right? So AI, ML, one doesn't need to talk about it. All of us understand that. But those are among the other emerging technologies that are creating that are really essential for creating new value from rich data sources that things like IoT, edge will create, and therefore staying ahead of the time. So if I go a little bit deep down into does it mean for improving insights by putting data to work anywhere, it means leveraging larger amount of data, right? We did a survey about 18 months back at Dell, and we understood that we were only thinking and leveraging 6% of the data that we were generating, which essentially meant that 94% of the data had opportunities for us to derive insights from and really build use cases and business processes that can help our customers be better for their organizations. So really, how can you leverage larger amounts of data quickly for better insights is something that we will have to focus on in this particular pillar, right? While you're focusing on that, you have to protect the data, right? Data privacy, data protection, governance, these are really, really important for ensuring that we have zero-day attacks, right? Being converged, elastic, and scalable are equally important. And then being intelligent on their own to be able to plan, perform, and optimize is really crucial for any business. When we move on to how do you empower your talent, right? And that's really, really critical because our talent is our best resource. They bring the intelligence to the table. They bring the capabilities to leverage technology to the table, right? We have different kinds of personas, and at Dell Technologies, what we have done from Dell Digital perspective is we have actually classified every kind of end employee into personas, and we are building that into what is the kind of infrastructure that they need. So what does an engineer need? What does a support engineer need? What does a contact center agent need? And therefore, on day zero itself, they are equipped with the right infrastructure to be productive immediately. We need to be ensuring that our employees get the same experience that our customers we are aiming to give to our customers, because if we are able to provide that to our employees, we are actually instigating them and inspiring them to do better for their customers and the solutions that they create for the customers. At the end of all of this, when you're talking about employees and you're talking about the infrastructure for the employees, security at the endpoint is extremely crucial and a very significant part of our digital transformation journey too. As I move on from really, what is our vision really in terms of, the various pillars of our strategy, what is our footprint really, right? And what does Dell talk about when it talks about its footprint? 22 data centers generating 160 petabytes of storage, 2,800 applications right now, 78,000 virtual machines, more than 84,000, and the slide is slightly outdated. I know it's got 86,000, yes. So more than 84,000 mobile phones, which are, managed by Workspace ONE. In addition to that, we've currently counting close to 24 million orders, 84,000 shipments across the Dell Digital's commerce sites. And we are available in 26 languages in almost every country in the world. world, right? 195 countries, and we are in about 190 countries across the globe. All this while we support 172 ecosystems with almost 87% virtualization. So we're really talking a massive setup here from a Dell Digital perspective as to how we kind of support Dell Technologies itself. So this has been a year, multi-year journey for us. What I'm sharing with you right now is our vision, okay, as we defined it this year. So what do we want to do in the next 2 years is take everything online by 2023, which means that you should be able to have the same experience as an employee and as a customer to do whatever you wanted to do on your laptop, on any other device. So whether you're sitting in an airport or you're in a hospital or you're in a train station, you're using a mobile phone or a tablet or you're connecting through other wearable, you should be able to get the same experience that you would possibly have when you're talking, when you're connecting through your laptop, or your desktop. So that's the kind of vision that we've got, and that's where we want to build it. We've got the platform where we're talking about any cloud, we're talking about any application, and we're talking about any device, right? And that's the strategy where we want to take Dell Technologies to as their IT and digital arm. We talked immensely about technology, but I think it's time for us to also talk about how technology can really enable the community. Some of the things that we do beyond just technology, right? So we sponsor various programs. Currently, we're sponsoring a program called RISE, which is for our mid-management women leaders, okay, to see how we can position them for the executive levels. That's internal, but we do significant amount of work for our communities and for the organizations outside. So DWEN is something that we do for our startup community. This is something that we have launched in India about a year and a half back, and it's a very strong growing community, the second largest growing community in the DWEN network across the globe. We have something called Mentor Connect, where we connect with other organizations. We bring in women talent from there, and we actually mentor them across the organization. So a very beautiful industry connect program. We also have for our employees a huge ERG setup, which kind of makes it taking it forward, right? When you talk about communities, Dell Digital itself is working with various, NGOs to have programs that are, for either doing a translation of content for the visually handicapped, building navigation systems for the visually handicapped. The current issues with the migration, we've created an app called Bagula, which is going to get extended into their welfare management also. So a lot of work being done for the community, leveraging technology. And in conclusion, what I would just like to end by is saying we are supporting 160K employees across the globe, across 190 countries, empowering remote workforce productively, accelerating digital business initiatives, and building resilience in the cloud era. And we manage all of that beautifully in a very, very systematic transformation manner. Thank you.